Hello, everyone. Just want to say a quick thank you for clicking onto the video. Please do us a favor and hit that like button, comment, and most importantly of all, please subscribe to the channel. Enough of the chatter. Let's get on with the video. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Burner Account. You got your boy Big Joe in the building. I got the crew with me, starting with Big Trill. We got the OG Don, and of course, we got our producer in the back, Mr. J Had. We got a hell of a show in store for you, so let's get right on into it. We're going to start off in the boxing world with the upcoming fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Frank Martin. We had a little bit of a side skirmish when Errol Spence decided he was going to throw his little 2 cents into it. But I'm excited to see this fight this weekend, man. It should be a good one. Jay, we got the video up for that?
Sure.
Nigga, shut your ass up. Talk way too much, bro. Talk way too much.
Yeah. I told you I could back it up. I told you.
You back it up with who? Who you back it up with?
What's your fighter? It could be either one. It don't matter to me. I'm here.
Yeah, you heard. But you don't fight nobody, bro.
Okay.
You don't fight nobody.
You here for a check, brother.
Fight for?
You here for a check. You here for a check.
You here for a check.
No, y'all two here for a check.
Yeah, you got me fucked up.
So
you here for a check.
Errol, what if
No, we getting a check.
Nigga, shut your ass up.
All right, bro. Ever since the car wreck, right? And then after the Bud Crawford fight, Tank just seems like he speaks a little bit slower. He's a little more methodical, or Errol with his. He's a little more methodical with his verbiage. I don't know if he wants to see Tank, bro. Like, I really don't know if he wants to see Tank. Tank is probably the best he's been, and it's gonna be a good fight this weekend. Martin's gonna be a good opponent. Should be a banger. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, I could see Tank and Errol getting after it. What do you think about this fight coming up, Julio? Julio's our resident boxing insider here.
our boxing aficionado.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go that far, but but as far as this fight goes, I mean, it's a fight that everybody wants to see, of course. You know, Tank's been on hiatus for a while. He's coming back to fight Frank Martin, you know, first time in, I think they said 69 or plus days, probably more than that. I don't know how long he's actually been out, but it's been a minute since Tank has actually stepped in the ring. So
69 days is 2 months, so I don't know if it's 69 days.
I don't think it's 69 days. It's something else. I can't remember right now off the top of my head. Again, it's been that long since Tank's actually been in the ring and defending his title for me to be able to say, yeah, you know, he's still fresh. He still looks good, you know, this and that and the other. Now, I'm not taking nothing away from Tank, because Tank, obviously, he is a champ for a reason. He holds the title right now. Frank Martin is a great opponent that he'll be facing. And overall, it's going to be a great fight. It's a fight that everybody's got their eyes on. Of course, you know, the little verbal dispute that he had with Errol on the side there, and that's just because I believe Frank Martin fights under Errol's company name or boxing company name. So, and Errol's promoting Frank Martin, you know, they were kind of just going back and forth on that front. As far as that goes, you know, Tank has already came out verbally to say, you know, all of Frank Martin's sparring partners are trash. They're ass. They're nowhere near the level of competitiveness that he's going to be facing in the ring. But again, you come to understand that that's part of the boxing game, right? Ever since we've seen stuff come out with, like, I think Joe had mentioned it before on a previous podcast. Ever since you saw the whole show behind like McGregor versus Mayweather, and they started going at it, going back and forth, having so quote unquote beef between each other, just talking mess about each other, it's like a common thing now. It's a common theme just to sell the fight. You're right. But from a boxing perspective, you want to see this kind of fight because they're two elite fighters that are well respected within the boxing community, and it's a big fight that you want to see. I'm not going to say it's going to be as big as if we were to hear something like Canelo versus Benavidez, something like to that extent. It's not that big because, of course, everybody wants to see that fight. But again, that's a fight that may never happen. But it's close. It's on that level. It's close to that level. So I expect to see a really good fight. I hope, only because just like Mayweather, Tank talks a lot. So I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people out there that just want to see him get shut the fuck up. So I would love to see Frank, go to work and see if he can pull out a win on this. But again, Tank is Tank. He has power especially in his left hook. And, he's not somebody that you can just sleep on. So whatever time he's taken for himself to, kind of figure out or train up for this fight, it doesn't take too much. All it takes is one hit. We all know that, especially in the boxing game, one hit could turn the whole fight around really, really quick. So if you guys aren't checking it out, please be sure to check it out. It's supposed to happen tomorrow, June 15th. It's going to be a great fight, and I just can't wait to see what the outcome is, to be honest with you. And if I had to pick one or the other to win, even though I would love to see Tank lose, right now I'm leaning more towards Tank to win that fight than Frank Martin winning. So I'm going to say that Tank wins that fight tomorrow.
Thanks, sir. Now, just kind of clear some things up. Tank's last fight was in April of 23 when he fought King Ryan Garcia, and got him with a body shot to end that fight.
Yep.
It's funny that you mentioned David Benavidez in that little monologue you had there, because David Benavidez is going to be co-main, I think, on this card. So that's a guy that a lot of people are talking about to possibly come up against Canelo. Canelo, basically, I think I saw something that was like where Canelo said David Benavidez is never going to happen because it's a lose-lose for me. So I think we can kind of put that one to bed for right now, unless the money is just Abu Dhabi, Dubai kind of money.
Yeah.
Some Riyadh, Saudi Arabia money. But I think Tank, man, a year of rest, a year to heal. I think he's going to look nice this weekend. Frank Martin, I don't know too much about, man, but like from the highlights and stuff that I've seen, 18-0. He's kind of he's earned this fight, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Tank's a heavy favorite for sure. I think he's at minus 700. So it's gonna be it should be what I would almost consider like a showcase fight for Tank. Kind of like, hey, you know what? I'm back. I'm healthy. I'm ready to rock and roll. And this is just kind of like a tune-up for what I think could potentially be something like a Errol Spence fight. T, what do you think, brother? What do you think about this fight, and what do you think about Errol's comments?
I mean, I'll put it to you simply: 29-0 with 27 knockouts versus 18-0 with 12 knockouts. Come on, man. It's like you just said, it's a tune-up fight, bro. He took a year off. He well rested. Tank gonna go out there. I really don't want to say that he gonna obliterate this man, but I think he's gonna obliterate this man. Honestly, I don't give Frank Martin any chance at all. This is like Mayweather fighting McGregor or Mayweather fighting bro, who was the Berto? Andre Berto. It's Berto, right? Not Beto. Berto.
Yeah, Berto.
Berto. So, bro, Tank gonna go out there and beat the dog s out of this man, bro. I mean,
unless he's rusty, ring rust.
he ain't, bro. He's not gonna be rusty, bro. Trust me, he won't be rusty. I'm
We'll
your
find
resident
out.
professional boxing expert. Sorry to take that away from the Don.
Hey, go ahead, take it.
But yeah, man. I mean, I give it on a scale of 1 to 10. I give Frank Martin a 1% chance. You know, anything can happen in boxing, so you do get a puncher's chance. But
Hey, he's gonna start off hot. I can promise you that. He's gonna start off hot. He'll take a couple of rounds. Ultimately, Tank will take a couple of rounds, kind of slow, just to process it, and
I mean,
send
that's what
the show
Tank
home
does.
in a devastating fashion.
That's what Tank does, bro.
Yeah.
He takes the first 2, 3 rounds like Mayweather used to do. Figure out what it is you're trying to do, because you're gonna come out all aggressive, thinking that this is, here's my chance right here. He got his guard down. He let me bang him up a little bit, and then he hit you with that one shot, and it's over
Pause.
with. Um,
No
No
Diddy.
Diddy.
so
No Diddy.
sure. But yeah, bro, Tank is gonna obliterate this man, bro. And I think, like you just said, it's gonna be in devastating fashion. Uh, in regards to Earl, man, bro, I don't know that I really want to see Tank versus Earl, bro. To be honest, like I root for Earl because he's a Dallas guy. I always go for the home team, but sometimes you got to be smart about what you're doing. And that fight right there, that ain't the fight that you want to take, man. Because at the end of the day, Tank possesses the two things that you can't deal with: speed and power. You have zero defense. Like Earl is straight power, bro. He's a power fighter. So, in my opinion, the world don't want to see Earl Spence versus Tank Davis, because that's gonna end up like Earl Spence versus Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, the
So
bloom was
Wow.
definitely off the Errol Spence rose after he got worked by Terrence Crawford. I mean, he didn't even get worked. He got dominated from start to finish.
yeah,
No,
bro.
that was the correct terminology. He got worked. He got
I think
hella
I
worked.
think he won 1 round in that fight versus Bud, bro. So I
Hey,
think
you
that
remember a couple years ago we had that video where Bob Arum was shitting all over Bud Crawford, saying he was
Oh yeah.
losing money on Bud Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And,
yeah,
and look at him now. Bud bet on himself, and Bud arguably pound for pound right now.
he's the best.
Yeah.
He is.
The best. Arguably.
Can't take that
And
away
he-
from him.
He's saying he want that smoke with Canelo.
Bro, the fight that everybody want to see is Bud versus Canelo. If that fight don't
That would
happen,
be a hell of a fight. That would be one hell of a fight.
like nothing else matters right now, bro. Because Earl versus Tank, Earl versus Canelo, Earl Crawford or Spence Crawford too. None of that. Don't nobody want to see any of that shit. The two fighters that everybody want to see right now is Tank Davis and
Canelo.
Terrence Crawford and Canelo. I'll give you that 3. So 3 fighters. Those are the 3 fighters that everybody want to watch, bro. And out of those 3, the top 2 is gonna be Canelo and Crawford. So
Yep.
we all this little, back and forth and all these little spats and shit, bro, cut it out. That just reminded me of De La Hoya spatting versus Canelo. Sit down somewhere, bro. When it's
Get
your
your ass
time,
down.
when it's your time, it's your time. Right now, it ain't your time.
Right.
Like people, this is about Tank Davis and Frank Martin. So
Yeah.
here we are. I don't want to hear none of that other shit. Like
Right.
Tank
Don't
Davis
let it distract you.
Tank Davis gonna go out here and obliterate Frank Martin. Nobody really cares about what Errol Spence is about to do until he can build himself back up from that obliteration he took versus Bud. And then the next fight that everybody wants to see happen is Bud versus Canelo.
Yep.
At the end of the day.
Jay, what about you, brother? What do you think about this fight? What do you think about Errol's comments? And who wins this fight?
Who wins this fight? I'm going with Tank. Um, as far as Errol's comments, it's it's wild, bro. But hey, I'm glad to see him sticking up for himself, though. You know, um, it's just funny to see him talk like that because I've never really seen him talk like that. Even in interviews and stuff, he always holds himself kind of, you know, reserved and I don't want to say boring, but just not as animated as he was, and boisterous. I mean, he used the N word a couple of times, talking to Tank. So that's how you know it's getting serious when you can get somebody that normally doesn't drop that to drop it in public. It's starting to get real. So
He's trying to. I think
Man,
he's trying
that
to
shit
set up
ain't serious.
a fight, bro.
you
He's
think
just
so?
trying to sell a future fight. He don't
I
give a
don't
damn
know.
about Frank Martin. Ultimately, he's like, look, bro,
He is.
I'm a I'm gonna manipulate my way into this fight. I'm gonna put my fighter there, see what Tank's looking like coming off of a 1 year layoff, and then if I see something in that fight, I'm gonna try to weasel my way in next.
I don't know,
Bro,
man. He is
bro,
from Dallas, bro. So I don't know. You can't.
bro. Okay, I don't mean to cut you off, bro, but just a quick question to y'all. In the 50 Mayweather fights, how much damage would you say that he's taken on a scale of 0 to 100?
Maybe
Probably be
10,
right around
10, 15,
right
maybe.
around 20 to 30%, right?
I
Yeah.
wouldn't even go that
I
far.
wouldn't, nah, 10 to
So so
15%.
so 10 to 15% on damage that he's taking. In the 29 Tank Davis fights, how much damage do you think that he's taken on a scale of 0 to 100?
Probably like
Joe and
30.
Julio would know more than me. So
I would say about 20, 25. Maybe
I would.
maybe I can go as high as 30. What you was gonna say,
I
Julio?
I was gonna say around 30, around
Okay.
30, 30,
So
35, something like that.
so the consensus is 30. So those two fighters have avoided a lot of damage, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. In Errol Spence's career, how much damage would you say that he's taken? Just in
Yeah.
boxing.
No.
Just in boxing.
I
I
mean, a lot,
mean,
a lot.
he didn't take like tremendous ass whoopings until Bud beat the brakes off his ass.
Had
He
him
beat
looking
the
like
brakes off
Martin.
him, bro. He beat him down. But
Hmm.
Earl has taken damage, bro. He just ain't went down like he just ain't looked as bad as he did versus Bud. Bro, Earl
Yeah.
has no defense. No defense. So what I'm saying all that to say that a 1 year layoff for somebody that hasn't taken a lot of damage, because we saw it with Mayweather. I think
Yeah.
he took, wasn't it 2 years? Or was it just a year? I think it was 2 years. He was away from for 2 years. Came back like picked up right where he left off, bro. Tank Davis took a year off. He gonna pick right back up where he left off. And we gonna revisit this because I'm sure we gonna do a reaction.
Oh
But
yeah.
Tank Davis is gonna beat the hell out of this dude, bro. And I'm saying all that to say that when you don't take a lot of damage in the sport of boxing, and you come back after a year, maybe 2 years laid off, but you've still been training, staying in shape and shit. It's true, nothing gets you ready for a fight like sparring, training. So if you haven't done those things, you could expect a little bit of ring rust. But I don't see that happening with Tank, bro. Tank has been too confident about winning this fight, the same as he's always been. Frank Martin actually looked a little intimidated, like, oh shit, what have I gotten myself
Oh,
into?
he flinched his ass in the
But
Oh yeah.
face off.
yeah,
Yeah, he
but
did.
Earl, bro, we saw what happened versus Bud. Wasn't he out for he was out for a few months prior to that fight, right?
Yeah, he had been away for a while.
Yeah.
So when you don't got defense, the thing that Tank has in his corner, he has defense, bro. He knows how to avoid, evade, maneuver around punches. We seen it versus Ryan Garcia, and we know the
Yep.
type of speed that Ryan Garcia has.
Yeah.
Bro, Earl does not have defense. He's a straight power fighter.
Yeah, he's a guy that wants to overwhelm you.
Yeah, like he gonna beat the shit out of you, like hit you in the body, bro. Pause. But
No diddy.
nobody wants nobody. This Earl shit, bro. Until you can make up for what happened versus Bud, nobody cares about anything else.
Yeah, you
Like,
definitely
you
gonna have to reestablish yourself.
Yeah, like and you can't be fighting no tomato cans. You can't be out here beating up on no name guys. Like
Some
you need a
taxi cab
professional,
driver looking ass.
like
God.
some Uber driver. And I ain't sitting on no Uber drivers, bro. I appreciate y'all delivering my food. But bro, Tank finna beat the hell out of Frank Martin, bro. Nobody cares about Earl.
Hold on,
Hey,
man.
bro.
You did Uber, didn't you?
Nah, not Uber.
That's why he don't fight. But yeah, man.
So yeah, bro.
It is a
'Cause
consensus
that was unimportant.
burner account. Everybody on the panel says
Unanimous.
Tank.
Gervonta Davis about to whoop that trick.
Mhm. Pretty much.